With that, and before I ask Supervisor Miles for our inspirational, and we say the pledge to the flag of our flawed and complicated democracy this evening, I do want to take a quick moment. I had planned on welcoming us all into 2021 tonight. New year, renewed commitment to our county, our work, a vaccine more, and then maybe an end to our completely virtual meetings, more challenges, more pandemic stimulus funding. But that message and ideas have been hard to say. It's been a struggle to put feelings and thoughts um, about our upcoming year of work into words, particularly in light of yesterday's events. Sedition is something that we learned about in school. We learned not to engage in it or stoke it or expect it, and yet here we are. I was and still am numbed by what happened, and I know that others on this board and in my friends and family and community have shared feelings of shock, and that they're scared. Um, Unfortunately, I wasn't surprised. Yesterday's actions had been building for 4 years, for decades, and yet it was still shocking to see halls I've walked in, halls I've worked in the condition that they were in, and especially to see the response differ so greatly from what we've seen in the past few months and years and decades. What One of the things that we struggled with yesterday, and I know from conversations with you and others, is what do you do when there's a coup attempt? Do you keep working? Does virtual school go on? Do we continue as normal? What happens when domestic terrorists have attempted to take our nation's capital? When an outgoing president encourages sedition and incites violence while threatening the core of our democracy, how do we respond? And when those inciting the violence are elected leaders who then abdicate any responsibility for their actions, um, what do we keep do? What do we do when dealing with the aftermath today and in the days and weeks and months following? Do we continue as normal? And I don't think that we do. I want to condemn the violence by these extremists. I want to condemn those who are inciting the violence. I want to echo the call for impeachment, prosecution, and resignations. But can I say that we'll be okay? I can't. I can't say that today. We won't be, not for a while, but we'll continue to strive for it. These events are further compounded by the continued pandemic. We're unable to gather and process and grieve. And I know that we're all struggling, and finding the light and the balance right now is very hard. So, what I will say and what I can say to you is thank you. Um, our work is important and meaningful. So thank you for your continued leadership in our community, for being here tonight, for showing up day after day, and for continuing to stand and fight for our democracy. And so as we work through this first month of 2021 and the next, let's work united.